You're rubbing your nose. You're on.
I'm rubbing my nose, and I'm good at it. Okay. Today, a prophecy about President Trump. This is very likely that this. I just found this like yesterday. At work, I was reading through the book of Isaiah. The sermon I did, chapter 20, over the weekend, and then I was reading chapter 21, and I found a prophecy that I believe very much likely is about Trump, because Babylon, who I believe is the United States of America in their day of falling, and folks, we have fell from the grace of God. I guarantee you, we have fallen from the grace of God. And the only thing left to take place is judgment. And in the book of Revelation, it says Babylon, the mystery Babylon. It calls it a mystery because it don't have to happen. Okay, it does not have to happen. But Babylon in the old days was the center of the world. Everything flowed in and out of the original Babylon. And I'm about as neat here. Anyway, and every time something moved in Babylon, they did it the way they did it in Babylon. They did it the same other places. And the United States is like this today. I don't care whose opinion is what. That's the way it happens. When we do it in America, they do it everywhere else. We abort our children, the world aborts their children. We make a certain kind of car, the world makes a certain kind of car. That's the way it happens here. I mean, look at our trucks. Everybody's trying to make a truck like the Ford truck. Everybody. So, and it's true, it's fact. It's easy to see. Very easy to see. Now let's look at this, okay? I just want to take a short, quick view of what it says in Revelation 17, where it talks about the mystery Babylon. Let's focus on verse 5. It says, "And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery, Babylon of Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth." And it's like, I mean, look at the biggest pornographic materials, the most corrupt things happening in society is taking place in America, and it filters throughout the whole rest of the world. Okay, so it's really easy to see that is what's going on in America. And besides that, the Lord told me to dream that America is the mystery Babylon. You know, there's a lot of people that live here, theologians that live here. Oh, no, they're afraid. I don't blame them for being afraid, because God is standing up there getting ready to hit America with a billion lightning bolts, which was another prophecy that I made. That time of coming is going to happen in America. God will judge this place severely. He'll leave. This won't be a third world country. This will be a fourth world country. There will be nothing left in this place. Nothing but desert. God can dry this place up overnight. The people would die in 6 months. There will be a life left on this continent in a 6-month period of time, if God so chooses to do it. He'll send an east wind to blow all the water off this place. He'll send another wind blowing and move all the profitable topsoil right out into the ocean. Right out into the ocean. There will be nothing left of this place. There will be no trees. There will be no houses. He can send an earthquake and shake, and everything will be in shambles here. The Rocky Mountains will be leveled. Nothing will be left. Let me tell you what God. You know, some folks, you got no idea who God is outside of Christ. The only thing you have left is the anger of God. But yet, the people here are relentless. I mean, they're trying to say that over half the people, well, now if you count the the illegals that live here, yeah, over half the people did vote for Hillary, you know. So, and that's the thing that is taking place. That's why it's such a deplorable place, like Hillary says. But now listen, okay? The name's Mystery Babylon. Let's go read just a little bit more of that, okay? So you can get an understanding of this is, excuse me, this is the place that is written about in the Bible here. And it was talking about, and it's talking about the angels pouring out the veil. This is a time of judgment, okay? And they talked with John the Revelator here, saying, "Come hither, I will show unto you the judgment of the great whore that sit upon many waters," meaning that it has a place all around the world, "with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and inhabitants of the earth." And it means the leaders of all those countries, they come here and they have dealings with the United States. They're all a part of it, and in every fashion, morals, finances, you name it. And they have been drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw the woman sitting on a scarlet-colored beast, with gold and precious stones and pearls, having the golden cup in her hand. A golden cup is a thing that prospers a nation. You got to drink out of this cup in order to have a part of the greatness of that place. Like God gives of His cup to drink with us of the Spirit, that we may prosper in who He is. The same thing here is what He's talking about, okay? Okay, but this cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness and fornication. And upon her forehead was written the name, Mystery Babylon the Great, harlot, abomination of the earth. Okay, now, knowing that, I want to take you over to Isaiah 21. Okay, and you know how Trump has been called a lion of the past because of his aggressive nature. He has been called a lion several times. This was been all over Facebook, Twitter, and social medias for the past year. Okay, so we cannot deny Trump is called a lion, okay, because of his nature. Now listen what this says, okay? But let me, okay, just hang on, let me find it here a second. I wanted to read you more than just the one verse. I think it's verse 8. Yeah, it's verse 8. Let's read verse 8 first, okay? And verse 8 says, Isaiah 21:8 says, "And he cried, A lion, my Lord. I stand continually by day on the watchman tower, and I am stationed every night at my guard post." A watchman, by the way, is a watchman is like a prophet, okay? A prophet. Okay, now let's go over to, and I want to read a little bit more of this because I want you to see that this is talking about the last days, and it is talking about Babylon here of the last days. It is talking about Babylon of the last days. Okay. Excuse me. Let's start about verse 4. Verse 1 talks about the burden of the desert of the sea. Okay, upon many waters, like Revelation was saying. Okay, so let's go and verse 3. "And there are in my loins filled with pains, as having taken hold of me, and the pains of a woman that travaileth like with the birth of a child." Now this is saying that because that is a direct reference to the last days. Okay, the pains Jesus says. In the book of Revelations, it says it, and the Lord told us Himself in Matthew 24, talked about. Okay, now listen to this, verse 4. "My heart paineth, fearfulness affrighted me, The night of my pleasure hath he turned into a fear unto me. Okay, like the midst of the pleasure, the thing that has been happening. America and its pleasure is going to be turned into sorrow, and fear will come upon them. For thus saith the Lord unto me, Go set a watchman, let him declare what he seeth. Okay? And I saw a chariot and a couple of horsemen, a chariot of asses and a chariot of camels, and he hearkened diligently with much heat, and he cried, A lion, my Lord! I stand continually upon the watchtower in the daytime, and I am set in my ward whole nights. And he cometh here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horses, and he answered and said, Babylon is fallen. Isn't that? A lion, my Lord. Babylon is fallen. I'm convinced this prophecy is about Trump, and the lion has showed up. Alrighty? God bless you. I'm not sure what it means. I can't go any further than that. I just found it. I don't know yet, but we'll get back to you later with it. Okay? God bless. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you again later. Crossing the Middle Ministry.